All right, welcome back to the show. Big fireworks happening in Paris. We've got Taylor Fritz absolutely giving it to the French crowd as he took out the last Frenchman standing, absolutely going off on them. That was crazy. We'll take a look at that. And we had Yannick Sinner going out to Daniel Altmaier in the one of the longest matches ever at Roland Garros. So big matches, some of the top seeds out. We'll take a look at our top 10 power rankings, how they're doing now, and we'll break down the second round matchups and look ahead to the third round here at Roland Garros. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. Oh, right. If you're wondering what I'm wearing the jersey of the greatest hockey club on planet Earth, the Kamloops Blazers. My hometown. They're right now, as we speak, in the middle of a do or die battle in the Memorial Cup, which is hosted in Kamloops. Blazer Nation, let's go. Greatest hockey club on earth. So shout out to them. Also, shout out to our sponsors who make this show possible. CoolBet. CoolBet has the odds there for Denis Shapovalov to reach the quarterfinals, which he would have to beat Carlitos Alcaraz to do, which we're going to take a look at. Can he do it? I don't know. But if you're going to bet, stay cool, bet responsibly, use CoolBet, and also AG1. I'm drinking AG1 every day, and I feel amazing. I get all the nutrients I need, not all the nutrients in the day, but a huge boost of baseline nutrients right in the morning. It's an easy, healthy habit. This is just one of the packages they sent me. The other one I'm using because they just loaded me up. So if you've ever thought about trying AG1, you've probably seen it other places. Use the link below to support the show and support your health. Okay, let's get into it. What should we do first? Sinner or Fritz? Ring. Let's do Sinner. Yannick Sinner goes down in 5 sets to Daniel Altmaier. As I said, the 5th longest match in Roland Garros history. And it was pretty amazing to see the emotion for Altmaier. You know what that shows today? Obviously, it's a tough loss for Sinner, and he's going to be disappointed. He should not lose in the second round of a major like this at the level that he's can play. But it just shows, and the emotion that came from Altmaier shows how hard it is to win on the ATP Tour. I mean, all of these guys are unbelievable tennis players, unbelievable athletes. Like Altmaier, he's a freaking stallion. I don't know if you saw how fast he was around the court out there. He can just defend everything. He's as fast as Carlos Alcaraz, it looks like. Just a stallion. Has a one-hander, and he beats Yannick Sinner in 5 sets, saving match point. They both actually saved match point at least once. But yeah, it shows how tough it is to win on the ATP Tour. A guy like Altmaier feels that emotional coming through Sinner, and Sinner, again, frustrating. Can't go deep here after a good start to the year, but with injuries, I expected more out of him. That brings us to the updated power rankings. Where are we at? We've got Medvedev at number 6 out, Sinner at number 7 out, and Felix at number 10 out. So after 2 rounds, having 7 of the players I chose still in, I guess I feel good. How would you rank? I think that's decent. It's not great, not horrible. But that brings to one of the players on that list is Taylor Fritz, number 9, who absolutely gave it to the French crowd today. I mean, that was incroyable, as they would say in France. Maybe not about that, but I'm just going to try and pull up quickly a video here of what I'm talking about so we can see. This is I'll show you here. We've got Taylor Fritz absolutely going off. Taylor Fritz, you can see it there from the tennis podcast. No copyright, Eurosport, absolutely giving it to the French crowd. And Radner does not love it. You got to be brave to do that. And he just goes straight at the crowd. We're not going to get copyrighted, but I mean, I don't care if you're French. I don't care if you were at that match. You got to love the bravery of Taylor Fritz. A lot of people were saying that's a great way to get you the French crowd booing you for the rest of your life. Probably true, but you know what? That is, I've lived in Europe and I've lived in Canada. That is the North American spirit. Screw the opposition. We're going straight into battle. We've been doing that forever, since World War II. A lot of parallels. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyways, that was pretty warlike of Taylor Fritz to go out there, battle the crowd, big, long, in reality, 4-set match, fairly routine. I thought it was a little bit cringe, to be honest, of the crowd booing, or it was very cringe the entire match. So Taylor had enough, and he goes, yeah, like that. Let me hear it. Like, suck it. Like, that's basically what he said. And then Rinderknech, after he gets kind of routine in 4 sets, come out and like draws a heart on a clay and thanks the crowd. It's like, dude, it's the second round. Like, there was nothing in this match, really. You lost to like a better player. I don't know. I thought that was a bit weird. Anyways, what was your take on that? I thought that was pretty epic, if you ask me. So yeah, those are the big storylines, I think, from round 2 on the men's side. Let's take a look at the matchups here going forward in the draw. Starting from the top, we've got some juicy third round matchups. We've got Carlos Alcaraz versus Denis Shapovalov of Canada. This is their head-to-head right now. They've never played. Obviously, they're at different stages of their career, you could say, or different places in their career. Obviously, Carlos is ranked number 1 in the world. He's 20 years old. Denis has been as high as number 10 in the world. He's 32 in the world now. Obviously, hasn't won any slams. He's only won 2 events on tour, whereas Carlos has 10. There's just a lot. And if you look at the coming into this match, 31-3, 8-9. It's not really that close right now. But I will say, Denis Shapovalov, if there was anyone, can match Carlos physically out there, movement-wise. And I think he can make this really dangerous. So we'll see. Carlos dropped a set to Taro Daniel. So that's going to be super interesting there. I am expecting Alcaraz to come through. Musetti versus Cam Norrie. That's a great talent matchup. 17th and 14th seed meeting as they were supposed to. Fognini and Sebastian Offner taking out Sebastian Korda in the battle of the Sebastians. And then we got Diego Schwartzman getting the third round to play Tsitsipas, who I've not seen hit a ball yet, but he's quietly into the third round, casually without issue. We got Djokovic then coming through Fucsovics after a tough opening set, fairly routine after that, to play ADF, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, who has beaten him before on clay. Will that be interesting? We've got Varillas taken out from behind over RBA, 6-1, 6-1 the last 2 sets. That's not a good sign for Roberto Bautista Agut, who might have ran out of steam. He'll play Hurkacz, who had to come also through in 5 sets, also from behind. Hurkacz, they're looking for a chance to play Djokovic in the 4th round. We got Khachanov versus Kokkinakis, who took out Stan Wawrinka. Obviously, everyone knows the story there. I'm not going to bring it up. You guys can bring it up in the comment section if you want. Lorenzo Sonego to play Rublev in the 3rd round as well. And then we've got Runa playing Olivieri of Argentina. Another Argentinian, Sarandolo, to play Fritz. That's going to be a big hitting affair, especially on the forehand. We got Nicolas Zieri, who won in Geneva, taking out Tommy Paul. Tough one for Tommy Paul in the 2nd round. He'll play Marcus Giron, who, if you can look at this, Marcus Giron just beats Yuri Lehechka 6-2, 6-3, 6-2. Kind of routines Lehechka, who's been very good in the last while. Did not really expect that. Casper Ruud through still. Drops a set, but through to 3rd round. That's got to be good for his confidence. He liked his chances against Zhang and against the winner of Yeri and Giron. So can he get to the quarterfinals without hassle? We'll see. And then we've got, like we said, Daniel Altmaier, who beat Sinner to play Dimitrov, who beat Rusev Wari. Zverev and Tiafoe to match up. That's going to be nice. Koric versus Echeverry, who's been playing great, takes out Demonauer. And Nishioka takes out Purcell to play Sebuth Wield, who is still alive, does the old upset, and then actually wins a match after it, which is impressive. So that's what the men are looking like. Let's now skip to the women. Women's singles, Iga Swiatek. Let's take a look at the 3rd round to play Wang. She gave out another bagel. I believe that's her 2nd of the tournament. Bianca Andreescu, friend of the show, comes through on Navarro, 6-1, 6-4. She'll play Sorenko in the 3rd round with the chance to play Swiatek in the 4th round. We would all love that, wouldn't we? And then we got Schmidlova versus Day, Andreeva versus Coco Gauff, Rybakina versus Sorribes Tormo, Alexandrova versus Haddad Maya. A couple seeds playing each other. What a concept. And we've got Jabeur versus Danilovic. Mukova versus Begu. Clara Tauson, who took out Leyla Fernandez, versus Avanasian. Never heard of that name before. Pelvianchega versus Potapova. Mertens versus Pagula. Blinkova versus Svitolina. Svitolina coming up the rankings after giving birth. We've got mom power now in the draw, and can she be dangerous? Can she beat Blinkova and then cause issues for Daria Kasatkina? She'll play two either Russian or Belarusian players before getting to the quarterfinals. That adds another dynamic there for sure. We got Sloane Stevens quietly moving through the draw as well, 6-2, 6-1 over Gracheva to play Putintseva. Interesting. And then finally Sabalenka to play Rachimova, who took out Fretch. Anyways, so that's looking. We got the top two seeds, obviously the top two contenders. Well, top three really. Swiatek, Sabalenka, and Rybakina still alive in the women's draw, and a potential super juicy matchup with Andreescu and Swiatek there on the top of the women's draw. So what do you think? What do you think, people? Fairly no huge upsets. I'm not talking like any top three seeds going out yet or anything like that. So I think that's a pretty good roundup of round 2, don't you? I'm looking ahead to round 3. Thanks for being here. Check on all of our socials. Stay tuned for more picks, more predictions, and more reviews of or analysis of matches that go down. Anyways, big storyline for me. My favorite story of the day was Taylor Fritz giving it to the French crowd. What a moment. What a legend. Taylor Fritz burning the boats in France. He's trying to go all the way, despite not having any help from now on, guaranteed by the crowd. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon back here on The Slice.